we're getting some breaking news. Prime Minister Narendra Modi arrives for key NDA parliamentary meeting. NDA Vice President picked Radhakrishnan to also attend this key meeting. Radhakrishnan to be introduced in the NDA parliamentary meeting, for which Prime Minister Modi has arrived at the Parliament Library building. And that's the breaking news that's coming in. Prime Minister Modi has arrived at the Parliament Library building for the meeting of the NDA Parliamentary Party. But what is important to note is that NDA's Vice President pick CP Radhakrishnan will also be attending this meeting. In fact, he will be introduced in this NDA parliamentary meeting, for which Prime Minister Modi has now already arrived at the Parliament Library building. My colleague Aishwarya Paliwal is now joining us with more details on this. Aishwarya, tell us about the agenda of this meeting. We're learning that CP Radhakrishnan will be introduced in this NDA parliamentary meeting.
Yes, it's not just the introduction. Also, the show of strength is something that we will see the BJP doing. Let me tell you, tomorrow at 11 a.m. is the nomination. And it's not just the leaders from the BJP, NDA. In fact, some of the chief ministers also have been invited. So NDA will now show its full strength. And given the kind of debacle that happened with the former VP, the BJP now does not want to make sure, wants to make sure that everything is smooth, the entire process is smooth. There was a long conversation that happened at Prahlad Joshi's house last night, and in that conversation, which was known as Chai Pe Charcha, they did discuss the fact that what needs to be done next. Everyone needs to be present. The voting process were being spoken about at length. So the BJP now making sure that it's a show of strength, and they want to tell the nation that everything is all right, and also snub the opposition, because the former VP had come very close to the opposition over the last 1 year or so. So the BJP now wanting to make sure that the process is smooth. They have the numbers in their kitty, so they know that it will be a smooth sailing for them. Going ahead, they want to make sure that this again becomes a place where they can show the strength.
Right. Aishwarya, also Prime Minister Modi had told the BJP ministers to meet the opposition leaders on the vice presidential polls, and it was being expected that a consensus could be reached, but clearly now the India bloc will be fielding their candidate. In fact, the decision will be taken at 12:30 p.m. today.
Well, let me tell you, from what we are understanding, there might be a press conference also by the opposition in which they will announce their candidate. Now, this is something that the opposition wants to do, because they also want to show their strength, and they also want to make this a fight between those who are trying to save the constitution and the ideological battle that we are seeing taking place between the opposition and the government. The opposition throughout this session has been very, very aggressive. They have been speaking questions about SIR that's happening in Bihar. In fact, with regards to the press conference that was done by the Election Commission of India, they are now also saying that we also want to show our strength. So we should be expecting the opposition to come out with their names maybe by evening tonight. And we will also see how they also will be fielding the candidates. They also understand they don't have the numbers, but yes, this is a battle that the opposition wants to fight.
Right, Aishwarya, thank you for getting us those details.